Supermarket trips have turned into stress for many Jamaicans.
Live and direct from the grocery store. And you see why I say we need to plant our fruit trees? You need to plant your fruit trees because, yes, I know it's a grocery store. You can probably get it cheaper at the market, but still, $758 for one pear. One.
Alright, so the bill is 95,000.
What exactly? Where am I talking about?
95,000! Bruh, I'm in a Jamaican supermarket in Kingston, and y'all might be surprised about the prices here. Small bag of grapes is $25. Fruit Loops are $9. $8 for a quarter of a watermelon. Granola's $12. $7 for a packet of chips. $8. $19. I can get this at Costco in the US for like $3. $16 for chicken. $8 for fresh squeezed orange juice with no sugar, which is actually a good steal. This shit is hella expensive in the US. The tiniest head of broccoli ever is $5. $5, bro. $6 for marshmallows. $4 bread. She's massive though. $2. These are very comparable to US prices, if not more. And I am so lucky as a tourist, I can afford this. But I can't really imagine what it's like for the locals. This is an island. They import most of their goods. Also, a lot of Jamaica was affected by the hurricane. This is why I kind of urge you guys to go to the local markets instead of the supermarket. The money goes directly to the people. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the prices here because it kind of blew my mind. I had no idea that it was like this in Jamaica. And again, not complaining, like I'm very lucky enough to be able to afford it, but it just makes me think about the locals who live here.
You know, so yesterday I travel come home and so I stop and full my tank, as I always do. Each gas station I pass, it's like the prices them get more and more. Till I start to regret say I never stop at the first one I see. I see prices like $213, $218, $239, $258. I say, at first in my life, I ever see gas price so high. Yo, that bad, you know. Anyways, I got my second spot where if the first spot full, I normally find myself for that spot. So I tell the lady full the tank. Now tell me why, after filling the tank, this pump attendant ask me if you want to top up. Mind you, I don't normally top up because I know what that can do to the tank. Like really, in at them time, yeah? Now I'm curious because I would love to know for the people who normally fill them tank and then top up afterwards. Like how the gas price them so high. And I still top up on the tank same way. I'm curious, I would love to hear.
Jamaica, it's time we face the truth. Millions of dollars of food sitting on the wharf, spoiled, while people are going hungry. We are demanding action now. Jamaica, Jamaican. Again, let me repeat myself. We need to face the truth, Jamaican people. Millions, emphasize millions of dollars worth of food sitting spoiled on the wharf while people out there are going hungry. Jamaica, Jamaican, we demand action. Now, my side, let me tell you this. You see the food them we sit on the wharf, me no appreciate the wharf, one, where is $1 million company, knowing that they are so rich already and they are not decreasing the price. After Hurricane Melissa, them give us not even 1 month free on the wharf or whatever. But at the end of the day, my side, you know me already, this video is entertainment purpose only. Like, share, follow me.
I'm in a grocery store in Montego Bay, Jamaica right now, and the prices here are absolutely crazy. Half a watermelon is $11. What? This tiny bag of Cheetos is $6. King size? This isn't even print size. 15 frickin' dollars for some green grapes? Are they filled with gold? This box of Frosted Flakes, $19. $19. $19. $4.40 for one red pepper. A Jack's Pizza, the crappiest, the worst frozen pizza of all time, is $7.50. How do Jamaicans afford to live in Jamaica? Crappy Chips Ahoy cookies for $8.50. Come on, bro. This might be the craziest one yet. $8.50 for just 2 paper towels? Local Jamaicans, help me out. Make it make sense. Why is everything so ridiculously expensive at the grocery stores here in Montego Bay? Like, I literally feel like I'm in Switzerland.
Tell me how lobster, a luxury food, we can import it at 40%. with an import duty at 40%, while chicken, the staple for most of us, is taxed over 200% in Jamaica. Yeah. So in Jamaican supermarkets, and I want you to follow me for this one because I'm going to get very technical, but I know all of us are feeling it. So in Jamaican supermarkets, a whole chicken weighs an average of what? About 1.7 kilograms. That's about 3.8 pounds. You see that bird? It costs us about, on average, depending on where you go, 1,860 Jamaican dollars. Meanwhile, in the United States, this very same chicken, this very same whole chicken can sell for $5 US. That's 809 Jamaican dollars at the current exchange rate. Half the price. So Jamaicans are paying 125% more for the same protein. And before anybody rush me, because I don't love rush me, and say, Lisa, we don't want any imported chicken from the United States because it this and it that. Here's the spoiler. We already eat imported chicken. The chicken backs and leg quarters flooding our wholesale market. When we go out of wholesale, I say, sell me 4 pound of chicken or sell me 10 pound of chicken. Yeah, where do you think it comes from? So let's look at it regionally now. Make a balance the thing. In the Cayman Islands, for example, and Cayman is just a stone throw away, the average cost per pound for a whole chicken is about $2.40 CI. And remember, the CI dollar is stronger than the US dollar. So that's about $2, call it 90 cents for a pound of chicken. So come January, the Caymanians are going to move minimum wage to $8.75 CI. That's about $10.50 US. So if you think about it, work back with me and follow me. If you just work 1 hour in Cayman based on your income, you can buy, call it 3.9 pound, call it 4 pound of chicken. Here in Jamaica, our minimum wage is about $4 per hour. And we've raised the minimum wage, the government has, and they plan to do it again. But currently, we pay about $2.50 US per hour at minimum wage. Now, if you look at the math, go back and look at what you pay for chicken in the supermarket. That can only buy you, based on the pound, not even a pound of chicken. Call it 0.66 pounds of chicken for a whole chicken. So if you work minimum wage, you must work nearly 5 hours, right, to buy that or to buy a pound. So follow me. So let's put it even more plainly. You see, in Cayman, if you work 1 hour, you can secure a family-sized portion of protein. But in Jamaica, that same effort barely stretches to feed a teenager. And this is a silent crisis of protein poverty and the cruel irony that has been unfolding in Jamaica that I've gotten up on my feet in Parliament and spoken about. I've written ad nauseum about in my columns because I know the detriment that we will face with future generations if we don't feed our country properly and allow our people to afford food. Basic macro essential nutrients. So we know carbohydrates and fats are important, but doctors will tell you that protein is one of the most important macronutrients that helps with your body's resilience, healthy aging, building muscles, repairs tissues, supports immunity. You can go and look it up because it's not me say so. At a doctor them, right? And I can tell you. So here, unfortunately, protein and to buy protein is a luxury. And this is a quiet crisis at the heart of every grocery bill. You just have to look at families walking the aisles and when they pick up the chicken and you look at them. What used to be a centerpiece of Jamaican dinner is now priced like a delicacy. Right? A tray of breast. If you ask Jamaicans when last time buy a whole chicken, they will tell you, I can't buy a whole chicken. I forgot a wholesale go buy it. Or we have a piece and do little things for make tin mackerel, all kinds of things. And often protein is pushed off the plate and it's replaced by starches. Yeah, that can fill the belly, give you calories, yes, but it's not giving you nutrients. And I have been sounding this alarm for years. And people run after me. I have big corporations come after me. I don't care. Because the truth is getting starker. Because when a nation cannot afford protein, children fail to thrive. Adults slide into frailty too soon, and you will have chronic diseases that accelerate because our hospitals are not just going to fill with accidents and infections and people who need surgery. It's going to be filled with malnutrition disguised as obesity, diabetes, hypertension. And it's not a dietary inconvenience that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a national emergency, because protein poverty, it don't look like famine. It don't look like bang belly. It creeps in quietly. It is a mother who has to always buy chicken back instead of being able to buy a chicken breast or a whole chicken, because it's all she can afford. It's a father who boil one whole pot of rice and make some gravy with only some scraps of meat for flavor. It's a child who probably have to get one big bowl at night time after him come home from football practice, and one big jug of water for go in bed, or some sugar and water to put that mother to make sure that he feels full. And the numbers don't lie. Nearly 70%. When the Ministry of Health came out last year and said, look, we have low food security. Nearly 70% of Jamaican households experience low food security. It tells you. And low food security is because they can't afford to buy what's necessary. So the uncomfortable truth is that it's our own policies that's making food more expensive for Jamaican people. And if you look back, you will see me talk about those policies. It's an import substitution model that has been crafted for another era. Look at lobster, 40% versus chicken, 200%. So this import substitution model that was crafted, it no longer serves the people it was meant to protect, because it was for another era. Let's take chicken. It should be the most affordable and abundant staple on every Jamaican plate. And I'm not talking to the vegetarians, guys. So, just listen to me for a second. But this staple is buried underneath a wave of tariffs, stamp duties, and GCT. And for years, these layers of taxation have pushed the effective rate on imported chicken as high as 260%. So you can import lobster, but it boggles me. I can't. And then we guard this fortress of protectionism as if the industry was still fragile, still in its infancy. But decades have passed, and you want to tell me that these chicken producers, the big ones, are not competitive? So the sector has matured, but you haven't? And yet the ordinary Jamaican consumer is the one, continues to pay the high price. But here's a cruelest twist. You see, while the Jamaicans, all of us, pay these inflated price at home, you see, our so-called local producers, the ones that we buy from, the big ones, they can compete abroad in the United States, in Cayman, and across the wider Caribbean. So let me explain what I mean by that. So in other words, they are allowed to compete globally, our big chicken producers, but we protect them here. So nobody else can come here, right? So they're protected at 260%, basically. But they can go overseas. You see the paradox? And then we still pay the high prices. And here's something else. Our chicken is not local. Yeah, it's false. Why? Because most of what we feed our chicken and we put into it is imported. The soy, the corn, the added, whatever it is that we're doing. So we're not shielding a local industry. We're just feeding inefficiency. And guess what too? You see, when the global feed costs fall, our retail chicken prices never follow suit. Consumers still pay more regardless of international trends. And then what of the permit system? You can't get a chicken back license? Who gets them? And these are the cuts for the poor. The ones that they have to eat because they can't afford the whole chicken. And they have to buy it piece a piece. You don't know who's getting the chicken back license. So guess what? This is not free enterprise. It's a food monopoly masquerading as food security, and successive administrations have done it. I'm so happy I'm able to say that. And on one side, and the two side. So we need protein justice. Yeah, we need justice for protein in this country, so that I'm not laughing about it. It's a moral imperative. So what do we need to do? We need a policy reset. We need to reduce tariffs on poultry products to reasonable levels. Duties above 200% can't be defended in this modern economy. Moderate rates would give consumers relief while pushing producers to become more efficient. We also need to cut duties on inputs for other small farmers in chicken, things like corn, soy, vaccines. Although I think we have a big market with organic chicken for exports. Yeah, so you can't tax your ingredients. That's a contradiction. We have to do something for our small farmers and reform the permit system. We don't need to give discretionary approvals enriching a handful of middlemen. Chicken back licenses and other permits must be transparent. Whoever want to bring in chicken, we must know. Go to Parliament with it. Sit down in front of Parliament and make it public so we know. These are the things Jamaicans want to know. And we need to build out an internationally HACCP approved central slaughterhouse. Farmers across Jamaica should be able to bring their chickens to a single facility where they can be processed, inspected, packaged at the highest global standards so that they don't have to rely on the big man to help them out. They should be given the guarantee of equity and create a fair market where small and medium farmers, they can compete alongside the large ones. I would say we also need to invest in innovation. Jamaicans can't depend forever on imported feed. And we need research alternatives. And finally, I would say this. Anything that we are doing, public health needs to be the guiding principle of our food policy. Because it can't be measured not just by the profits of one company or by two, but by whether Jamaican families can put protein on the table. So this is more than economics, guys. It's morality. We can't keep hiding behind slogans of the past. I mean, I saw even before the election, so me not bother go there so. But we can't continue to justify a system that protects monopolies while our people suffer. We must ask ourselves, who are we really protecting? And if the answer is not the people, then the policies must change. So I wrote an article, one of them was pot a boil, but the food not enough. Yeah, so the pot must boil, but not with starch alone. Not with just some meat fat where you fry up and throw over the rice. No, it must boil with health, it must boil with dignity, and it must boil with protein that our people need to live long and strong.
Mr. Fly Green, Prime Minister Andrew Onis, Minister of Agriculture and Rather. Right in Doncaster, St. Elizabeth, we have Mr. Stewart right now in his tomato farm right here in St. Elizabeth right now. There has to be some level of solution towards this sort of problem that we have in Jamaica now. First it was cucumber. Now we have a crisis with tomato right now. The farmers have the produce. The ministry, the minister, the government is asking the farmers to go into production. And when the farmers go into production, we realize it's a recurring problem in Jamaica over and over and over the years. We have been facing this problem. Look at this tomato tree right here. Jamaica. Me not never go talk. You can see it for yourself. Look tomato. I can roughly count. Why? About 300 tomato. If I not more. In this one little spot. Look here. Look here. Look at this. And the amount that is under the tree there is like grape. Look at the other tree here right there. It's no exaggeration. Look here. Look at the quality of the tomatoes under here. Look. Look at this. Look tomato. Right now, the farmers reach at a level of frustration right now that the government have to try to bring some serious measures in place. Look there. Because these things cannot continue. Look, no market. Don't matter where over the island we check. Look at the quality. Look at my hands. Because my hands are not small. And look at my hands. And look at the size of the tomato. Them. Right here that we're looking at. Look. No man, there has to be some. Look here, so again. Watch him.
Look tomato.
Look tomato. Jamaica, and I don't make up store businesses. Look tomato. Look here. Look tomato. No man. Look here. Look tomato. Look. Man said the tomato beer till he can't. It's difficult to explain. And the farmers are doing their part. You understand me? I constantly see Minister Fly Green going on the platform and in the media and glorifying, praising the reduction in the cost of ground provision. But Minister Green, with this is an unsustainable approach that the farmers are in right now. Because how much farmers can be sustaining their crops and sustaining themselves and their families with this type of crisis that we're in. First it was cucumber, then watermelon took the same down peak as well. Now it's tomato, scotch bonnet, same thing. There's so much things. The farmers are exhausted right now because they don't know what to plant. You understand me? Look. You understand me? So I think it's more than appropriate for Minister Green to have some town hall meetings in Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, and St. Catherine, all these parishes sent and try to see how best we can come up with some solution. Because if this is going to continue in Jamaica, what you're going to realize, people are going to stop the farming. And we have to resort back to the full 100% importation. And that only means that we're going to get substandard ground provision, vegetables and stuff like that, substandard. Because we're not getting grade A products here in Jamaica, not even grade B. You understand me? Yes, and it's a long time in storage. And if we can get the fresh things from here in Jamaica, we have to try and come up with some solution, man. We cannot be looking at these things and putting a blind eye to it. It doesn't make any sense. You understand me? The farmers are frustrated right now, really, really frustrated. Even myself as a farmer, really, really frustrated. You understand me? We're not complaining. You understand me? Because most of these farmers that you see in St. Elizabeth here, from Melissa Blow, not even a pack of seed nor a bag of fertilizer they don't get, and they're not complaining. You understand me? They try and come back, rebound, you know, and try to build some sort of level of sustenance for them and their families. But with this, people can continue and under this type of situation right now. You understand me? So yes, Mr. Prime Minister and Minister Agriculture, something has to be done, sir. You understand me? Right now, the farmers are at a breaking point right now. Really breaking point. You understand me? From the massive losses from Hurricane Melissa, we know that nobody cannot do anything about that aspect of it, because that is a natural occurrence. But this that we're seeing now, there are solutions for this problem. This is tomato. Tomato can make ketchup. Tomato can make tomato paste. So that there's a lot of things that tomato can do. You understand me? There's a lot of value added things that tomato you know, can help to boost our production in those aspects, like in the manufacturing industry. Why are some avenues or some linkages are not being created for us or for the farmers and cold storage facilities, you know, to be promoted to the farmers? So these things are necessary. You understand me? This is a man-made disaster we're seeing now. Melissa was a natural disaster. This that we're seeing now is a man-made disaster. You understand me? So coexistence is necessary. You understand me? Communication is necessary. It's not only good to go and tell end users, consumers that prices are going down. Prices are going down, but at other people's expense. Yeah, so what the sense? We look for one side aspect of society, because so the people that are supposed to be creating the consistency for us to be consistently getting these items here locally, they are the ones that are suffering. So all of these things that you're seeing now is a short-term thing. You understand me? And this will definitely affect our foreign currency, definitely. You understand me? And our balance of trade. You understand me? With this situation, we're definitely looking at trade deficit. You understand me, sir? That's all I have to say. I hope this reach the necessary people. You understand me? Although we try to reach out many times to the necessary people, but nobody seems to be listening. You understand me? So the next step is for farmers to just pack up and just stop the farming and probably leave Jamaica and go other countries where people appreciate them. You understand me? Because farmers in Jamaica are not appreciated, and a full time now I stop put to it. Yeah, man.
St. Mary is referred to as the banana parish, but the scarcity is not just an issue for that parish. Trucks loaded with the fruit usually journey to Coronation Market in Kingston. This evening, Ramada Lyons goes to the market for part 2 of Storm to Table.
Green gold, the name given to banana. But the gold was bruised a few months ago, and farmers still reeling.
From the farm to the market. So what exactly has vendors been seeing?
2 months ago, before after the hurricane, the banana shortage is really, and plantain really short bad, you know? So right now it kind of come back, look, you know, that's scarce, but the price kind of fluctuate back on a regular basis.
I don't buy banana from Melissa Hurricane.
Right.
Because it's expensive and I don't see what I like. Most of them too maga, so I don't buy them.
Banana and plantain, it is around, but not in that vast amount.
Now, when demand is greater than supply, that usually means that shoppers will have to pay more.
One of the very few boxes of ripe bananas seen on Tuesday, April 14, 2026. Off camera, the vendor said a bunch was going for $1,500. Here's another vendor. Her name is Joy. She isn't able to offer that to customers.
For the plantain, you always see a reasonable size for the price. You get sometimes $500 for 3, or depends on the size, or $1,000. While green banana is $500 a dozen.
Shoppers could complain until next year. The reality is?
Well, they'd have to just accept the price that they see now until it changes. There will be a change, but not too soon and not far along.
This is Maurice. He falls in the accepting shopper category. However, he admits that it's far from appealing.
When I come downtown and buy 1 dozen banana for $500 a dozen, it's very critical, you know? So, boy, I don't know what we can do, you know. More have to go wait on production until when banana come in service.
In 2022, over 72,000 tons of bananas and 60,000 tons of plantains were produced locally. 2023, over 71,000 tons of bananas and over 46,000 tons of plantains. It's a staple, used as a day starter or a side for dinner.
When it's there, we have to buy it because my girlfriend go downtown the other day and paid $250 for 1 ripe banana. I mean, if you ask her if I export, she export banana from another country.
They are selling it and they are young. Sometimes they put things on it, force ripe it, and they can do better. I think they can do better and wait until they are fit and to sell it.
Prior to Melissa, this is what she was paying for banana.
200, 150, sometimes 100, sometimes 70. And I think they can do better than what they are doing now.
Now, Food Security is an agricultural journal. In 2013, it said price volatility is among the most pressing risks for both farmers and consumers, and that sudden increases in staple prices erode household food security, particularly for the poor. Aurel Lewis, head of Extension Services in the Banana Board, says the banana industry was on the rebound from beryl. However, Melissa wiped that clean in a single blow.
We had, we would say, over 80% damages to the industry, and this damage was yes, we had more losses to maiden plants, and so we would have a bigger challenge with the recovery.
Farmers spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on their crops that were destroyed. So there's a mental impact.
In crisis, there's also the psychological effect, and some of them would want to, feel discouraged and want to sometimes move slow with the recovery process. It's not that they don't know what to do, but because of, two systems coming so sharp behind each other.
Mr. Lewis added that the rise in farm theft stems from scarcity.
Yes, in this time when there's high demand, yes, you'd have increased level of pre lasting because banana prices are very high at this point in time, that which is available.
Tomorrow, we hear from the government and the opposition. Romarda Lyons, TVJ News.
I just come back off of the street and I went out to go buy some stuff to make soup. And I tell you, man, oh my God. I buy two something at Charlie's. Buy them two something at Charlie's. These are the cocoa them, you see them? These are the red cocoa them. The red cocoa them. I'm gonna buy a piece of yellow yam. $19. Just them two something, $19. Go down fruit. I'm gonna buy them two something. Then I'm gonna buy a piece of cassava. And two potatoes. $11 hard. This $7.99 a pound. How much you pay? No, $14 hard. $14 hard for the two. These are $2 something a pound. These are $7.99 a pound. These are $7.99 a pound. These are $7.99 a pound. Them are Jamaican product, right? So this, them alone almost cost me $30. What going on in the world? I say I don't want to buy one of them pumpkin in a damn fruit, and I couldn't buy because I myself out something like $3.99 a pound or $2.99. I go to the Chinese store a while ago to blouse and skirt. I say the potato them. I say potato $1.99 a pound. The same friggin' potato with our Charlie's and Dan fruit. $1.99 a pound. The cocoa them. $2 something, $4 something a pound. Them are $7. I say them have the white one in a Dan fruit at $2 something a pound. And the red one, them not done for it at $7.99 a pound, and Charlie's $7.99 a pound. I got them and in a Chinese store. The Chinese store I sell them for $4.99 for the red one, and the white one them are $1.99. One something, 20 something. Now I go and look, I can't believe it. So right there, so I $30. Just $30 alone. Just $30, almost $40. Me buy them at $20, but me just tell about the food where me gonna make. Just them alone, almost $40. What go on in this world, man? What go on, man? The same product what them have in the Chinese store, the same product in the Caribbean store them. And you tell us the price them double and triple. so everything gets so costly. What we're gonna eat next? We're gonna cook up some dirt and cook and make some dirty pot. We're gonna try to make something from the dirt they might eat because there's no damn way. I swear to God. Just them grocery alone. About $50. You know what I'm saying? Just them food there and them two something. $50, maybe $50. Believe. Oh, let me turn on the camera big and make sure. Yeah. Them food business there and them two something, $50. You know what I'm saying? The food and this, them two something, $50. $50. Somebody might like me when I work for so long. We just go drive when I want to go and take some picture for make some, to send out some resume and me. Maybe sending out resume for the longest while. Why really going to Canada, man? I can't wait. Me say if Jamaica, they just have just humble, man. Me pack up something and go back home. If Jamaica was just a humble country, me pack up something and go back home, man. Go plant my food because I'm very good at planting my food, you know. I'm very skilled. When it comes to planting my ground provision, I'm good at it. Catch my fish and go catch my butter bush or raise my chicken, I'm very good at it because this country, first and foremost, you can't raise no chicken in this country. If you catch a raise chicken in a certain area part of Canada, you get charged. If you raise a one fowl in a yard, it's forbidden, it's not allowed if you live in a certain community. All them restrictions and put on people's life. Look upon the $50 of grocery. $50 worth of grocery. Remember me telling you it's a sin. Sin. As of today, me done. Me go support the Chinese people them. The Asian store them, I'm going to support them because there's no way under this a $40. There's no friggin' way. That's a $40 worth of grocery. One little piece of yam and 2 cocoa. Come on, man. But we need to do better. We need to do better, Caribbean people. This is ridiculous now. John, oh boy, man. Tell you. Yeah, this $50 worth of grocery.
Mr. Market ram to the people. Hey guys, it's City and I went to Coronation Market downtown this morning. So here are all the Easter prices. Starting off strong, tomato $50 a pound. Carrots were $60 a pound. Sweet pepper $100 a pound. The last time you asked me where my shop, see it way down in the back. Cauliflower $400 a pound. These are so pretty. $100 a pound for scallion. Bami $5 a bag. Pumpkin $40 a pound. $50 a pound for cabbage. $100 a pound for Irish. Sweet potato $200 a pound. Okra $5 a pound. $200 a pound for cucumber. Pak choy $100 a pound. $500 a pound for pepper. $6 for tree corn. Dasheen $300 a pound. $200 a pound for lettuce. String bean $200 a pound. Grapes $800 a pound. Pineapple $150 a pound. Nesberry $400 a dozen. Let me know what you guys think about the prices. See you in the next one.
Cost of living in Jamaica is so expensive right now. 40 years ago, minimum wage was $26 and that could feed a family of 5 for 1 week. Fast forward to 2024, our minimum wage right now, if you divide it out, weekly works out to around 15,000 and that can feed a family of 4, right? The exchange rate, could you believe there was once a time where our dollar was actually stronger than the US dollar? It was around 91 cents to $1. Fast forward to 2024, right? And that same $1 US is now equivalent to 158 Jamaican dollars. That's around 17,000% devaluation of our dollar since 1974. 1 out of every 3 Jamaicans, right, now live below the national poverty line. As a financial brethren, that doesn't sit right with me. Since the 2008 recession, Jamaica has lost a lot of companies. We have companies like Air Jamaica, companies like D&G, companies like the National Sugar Company has ceased operation or has been acquired by other companies. This has resulted in major job losses, right? And right now the demand for those skilled workers is so low right now. Most of the job opportunities now are concentrated in the BPO sector or in the tourism sector. What this means now is that these same people have moved closer to the poverty line, right? And I don't see it getting any better because the average price for food has increased by 10% year over year. And the pay no move. So I don't understand. Is this the 2030 Jamaica that we want for our children? Place to live, work, raise family and do business? Well, I'm the Financial Bridging. Follow me for more business and investment tips on our social media platforms. Until next time.
Hi guys, so I'm gonna show you everything I got at the market in Montego Bay, and I don't know what the mobile market, but it's really expensive because other day I scroll and I see Rocky go down a Coronation Market downtown and she pay like $4,000. But me don't know why I'm to Mobile Market because Mobile Market is just so expensive. So I'm going to show you the things that I get and the price them, right? First, apple. This is 6 apple, right? $100 for your apple. So this is $600. I have the price and something right there. So $600 for this. This a plantain here. $300 for the plantain here. $300. This is cabbage. And for cabbage, a $400 a pound. So this is 2 pound, $800. $900 for the melon here. I buy 2 bags of callaloo. See right here, so we already chop up. And a $300 bag. So you know, say 2 of that, $600. Carrot, $300 a pound. This a pound and a half. The ladies must give her $450. $600 for skeleton time. Onion, this a 1 pound, $250 a pound, right? Irish, 1 pound, $250 a pound. Same way. Yam, 1 pound of yam for $500. 1 pound of yam for $500. Pumpkin, $400 a pound. This a pound and a half. The ladies must give her $500. I buy 2 bags of pak choy, whatever. $150 for a bag. So you know, say I buy 2 bags that $300, right? I buy 1 dozen egg, and the 1 dozen egg at $1,000. I have the melon, the apple, cabbage, the 2 bags of callaloo, plantain, pak choy, carrot, scallion and thyme, Irish, onion, a dozen egg, a pumpkin and a yam, and that is supposed to like about 7,000 odd. And I buy no banana, you know. Not right banana at $1,000 and let me know if it's reasonable, let me know if a robbery. Let me know in the comments if it's similar in your area or if it's cheaper. Just let me know in the comments. Alright guys, bye.
First up this evening, Jamaicans are being warned to brace for an increase in food prices in the coming months. The warning comes from Chief Executive Officer of the separate group, Richard Pandohi. Speaking with a news center today, Mr. Pandohi, who is the head of one of the largest food distribution companies in the country, warned that food prices will skyrocket as the conflict in the Middle East enters its 5th week. The war by the USA and Israel on Iran has triggered a surge in world oil prices.
Which has begun increasing transportation costs, electricity and production costs. In terms of food security, this translates into higher prices for both imported and locally produced food. Imported goods are becoming more expensive due to shipping costs, higher input costs for packaging, and those type of things. For local food production, local farmers are going to face higher input costs for fertilizers, animal feed and transportation. I don't expect any issue with the availability of food. The challenge will be the affordability. The overall economic effect, if the conflict continues, will be increased economic headwind with high inflation, pressure on household spending, and pressure on businesses to maintain margins. This conflict is extremely unfortunate, but it couldn't have come at a worse time for Jamaica. We'll now have had 2 major external shocks in 6 months, Hurricane Melissa and now this. So overall, headwinds ahead, tough times, but we'll hopefully be resilient as we have always done and get through this.
Hi guys, I just came back from the market and I'm going to show you everything that I got for roughly 11,800. Nobody watch this, but let's go. Alright, so I wrote down majority of the things, like how much pound and the stuff them. So alright, so we have 1 dozen orange and this is $1,500 dozen. So we have pineapple, this is $200 pound, and this is 5 pound, so you know so that $2,000. Callaloo, $200. Yam, $600 pound, this is 1 pound. Scallion and thyme, $400 for this, it's a 1 pound, so $400 pound. Sweet pepper, this is $300 pound, I asked for 2 pound, but this kind of go over the 2 pound, so I give him $700. Lettuce, $500 a pound. This is 2 pounds, so you know so that $1,000. The melon is $300 a pound, and this is 3 pounds, so you know so that $900. Star fruit, $500 a dozen. So this a dozen. Surprisingly, me see green banana a market. Me did have to get them because from Melissa come and get no banana. And 1 dozen, $700. Turmeric, $300. Pop chow, 150 a bag. Just take 4 bag, which are $600. Cabbage right here, $100 a pound. So me take 3 pound, you know, so that are $300. Alright, so me have pepper. Pepper $300 a pound, and this a half pound. I don't know why I take half pound. I should have take like about 6 pepper, but anyways, half pound. Onion $200 a pound. This a 2 pound. I have tomato $100 a pound, so I take 3 pound. So I have carrot $150 a pound, and I take 2 pound. Sweet potato $200 a pound, and this a 2 pound. Cucumber $150 a pound. This a 3 pound. Irish potato $150 a pound. This a 3 pound. I have garlic. I don't remember how much is for garlic, but I get a garlic. And I buy a bag of peas, which is $250. So that is everything. It came up to $11,800, and that is in a Mobile market, right? And remember to download the Gift Me app, guys, to receive 100 bonus points on your first transaction if you use my code. Also, it's pay week, so you make a purchase of $2,500 or more between March 25th to the 31st and earn 250 bonus points on top of your regular cashback and the merchant bonuses. So go ahead, download the app, use my referral code. Bye, guys.
But Jamaican food in London is better than Jamaican food in Jamaica.
You think so?
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the UK lot know how to do it better, man.
You know what? You're right, you know. But then
I'm going to try to be calm while I'm recording this. But this is treason to the highest degree. You're telling me, first of all, we've already been over this with the Brits. All right? Your food, trash. I'm not even going to go there. I'll give y'all the fact that people who come from other countries and they cook in y'all country, they make food that I would consume. But y'all natural food in England, the Brits, horrible. Now, for you to say Jamaican food in London is better than Jamaican food in Jamaica, give in your passport. If you have a Jamaican passport, give it in right now. Don't visit ever again. Don't touch down. Don't call family. In fact, your family should see this video and block you. All right? You're going to say the natural ingredients, grown in Jamaica, taken out of the earth, everything. You're going to sit here and try to say in London, the land of beans and mashed potatoes is better?
If in a shop at Price Mart, scroll past the video, the people them will live at St. Catherine, that side there. You don't know, said the Price Mart at Portmore have the same something them as the one at town. Now when me here said the Price Mart at Portmore open, I say, alright, less traffic, less crowd, I got the other one reduce. Why the traffic still so terrible up here? Portmore people who don't need shop at the one at Portmore. St. Catherine people in a closer to why so much crowd still up here? More people move from my town since the Price Mart open? Me not understand.
Okay, guys, let me do a market haul with you. I see everybody doing it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show you what I get at the shop. Well, I don't have to go to the market because you have persons around there that sell market stuff, and sometimes I think it's best I just purchase whatever I want around here, because you're gonna pay $150 to go downtown to buy the stuff them for this actually the same price, because there's a gentleman around my side that sells ground provision, seasoning and stuff like that, and trust me, he's very, 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 very reasonable. So I think it's best I purchase things at his shop instead of going downtown. Well, if I'm in downtown now, I'll do my shopping there, but once I'm at home and I can go around there, that's what I'm going to do. I think that's better. So let me show you what I got for 1,000 Jamaican dollars. So I'm starting with a garlic, $150. I have scallion already, so I only purchased half pound, and you know you get it with your time. This is for $150, both the scallion and the thyme. Tomato, $80, 1 pound, $80. Pepper, you sell them in a way, you can sell them in a. This is half pound of Scotch bonnet pepper. Right? Let me show you. Half pound Scotch bonnet. Only $200. $200. And remember what they in a Melissa for them here? You feel like you're rich. Only $200 for half pound. Then here I have sweet pepper. A pound of sweet pepper. That's what 2, 3. That's 5 good size sweet pepper. Only $150, 1 pound. Then I have onions, white onions, $150 a pound. And carrots, $70 a pound. Yeah. So what you let me know, guys, if you think it's worth it. I'm gonna switch the camera for you to see again. So I only spent 1,000 Jamaican dollars for all these. So I have my onions, sweet peppers, Scotch bonnet peppers, garlic, tomatoes, carrots, my scallion and thyme. Oh my, you know, I actually ordered a small parcel with some pimento seeds and I'm not seeing it, so I have to go back to collect that. So I got all these stuff for just 1,000 Jamaican dollars.
Supermarket trips have turned into stress for many Jamaicans. You go in with what feels like plenty of money, and by the time you reach the cashier, you're staring at a half-empty bag. Rice, chicken, flour, and oil, the most basic items, are now cutting deep into people's pockets. A single bottle of cooking oil can take up a big slice of someone's weekly pay, and items that used to be affordable are now treated like luxuries. For parents, it's an even harder reality. Some are choosing between milk or bread, snacks for the children, or bus fare to get them to school. There are households where 2 meals a day have become the new normal, just to make the money stretch. It's not only about prices going up, it's that salaries and wages have not kept pace. Every trip to the supermarket is a reminder that survival is getting harder, and the dream of financial comfort feels further and further away. So here's my question. What's the most shocking price you've seen at the supermarket lately? Comment below, because almost every Jamaican has a story about this.
For $121 freaking dollars.
It does. Like, I don't know how much longer we as a people are going to be able to push through what they're giving us. Like, this shit is crazy. Because there is no way in heaven, hell, or anywhere in between that this right here should have cost $421. No way this should have cost $421. And before you ask, like, what did you buy? Shit, I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay? Before you go, oh, well, it's the store you went to. This, that, and the other, baby. Pink and Save, Meyer, hell, even Walmart. They are fucking expensive, okay? And you have to keep in mind, I took my mother to the grocery store today. And my mother is disabled. She needs a scooter to grocery shop. It's heavy like a Chevy back there. Her knees can't handle that. So I had to go to a store that was accessible for her disability. All these don't have that. All these do not have wheelchairs or scooters or motorized buggies or whatever for those who have a walking disability. So I had to go where all of these things was accessible. And then not only that, all these don't have everything that you need or that you want if you want to want something different outside of what they have. Like, all these don't carry lasagna noodles during the summer and spring months. They say that's a winter dish. Yeah. So we went to Woodman's. Y'all, I promise you that I did not think that the grocery bill would be $421 just with those bags that I showed y'all. Y'all, when I tell y'all, like, my mama had to talk me off the cliff because I was going to jump over. I'm so happy I took that edible, because if I did not take the little piece of edible that I took, baby, I probably would have been in the store crying, because why is 12 bags $421? And I'm going to say this. I am also grateful because my family, my household, and my loved ones, my close friends, or whatever, we are blessed to where we can go into the store whenever we need to. Hell, whenever we want to go get little knick-knack stuff, things like that. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that I'm blessed. But what about the people who can't and they need the Quest or the EBT or whatever they get, whatever type of money that they get for the whole month to buy the things that they need, and they can't afford it because the stuff that you need no longer fits in the budget. The things that you need no longer fit in the budget. It doesn't. The things that you need, not want, not that you desire. The things that you need no longer fits in the budget, right? So since no one wants to overthrow the government and we just keep accepting whatever the fuck they're giving us, we need to start a barter system. Okay? And that's one thing I love about my neighbors, baby. We don't mind helping each other out. We don't mind feeding each other. We are one. We are one. I'm so proud and so grateful for my neighbors. But now it's the time for you to start growing your own shit and getting close with folk, okay? I'm serious. I am not lying, because the price of groceries is ridiculous. The price of grocery, it's ridiculous. Like, my mama loves going to the grocery store. Like, my mother loves going to the grocery store. Outside of the zoo and the museum, like, my mama like going to the grocery, hell, any store, but she loved grocery shopping. She told me today, she said, baby, you ain't got to worry about it. I will no longer be going to the grocery store with you. You got this. Because what was that? What was that? So, let me tell you something. Woodman's got seeds on sale. Menards got seeds on sale. It is not too late for y'all to go and get y'all some stuff to start your own garden and grow your own fucking food, okay? Get to know your neighbors. I didn't say invite them into your house, because we know what inviting folks into your homes do. But get to know your neighbors. Build a rapport. Hell, forgive them family members that talked about and told your business, because y'all gonna need each other. We need each other, because you cannot make it on your own. It's crazy. You cannot make it on your own. It is really getting to the point to where we really need each other. Baby, grow them vegetables. I'm so happy I got so many things of lettuce growing right there. Grow your own vegetables. Okay? Okay? Shit, if you can, get a little chicken coop. Because what? $421 for 12 bags. If that. Yeah, we got to start helping each other out. We got to. We have to. That's the only way we're going to make it until things change. Because this is insane. $421. I'm stuck on the $421. You could have not told me that this morning when I woke up and me and my mama and my G-Ma went to the store that I was going to spend $421. You couldn't tell me, okay? And I'm probably going to have to go back by the end of the week, because I know I forgot some ingredients that I need to make a dish that we want for dinner next week. y'all, start growing your own shit. Get in good with the farmer, okay? I'm serious. Because we need each other. We need each other. We need each other. And for those of you who don't need nobody, and for those of you who got it going on and you can handle it, good, grateful. We praise the ancestors for you. Thank you. Okay, hallelujah. But for us, start growing your own food. Go get you some seeds, plant them, water them, sing to them, let them grow. Okay? Because and the produce is so beat up. Like what y'all? Ugh. Go get y'all some seeds. Go get y'all some soil. All you need is a little area to start them from seed. Wait till your last frost date. Put them plants on outside and grow your own food. Because it's only gonna get worse. And for those of you who believe that orange fuck that's saying that the prices are going down with food and gas, fuck you.
What's up, beautiful and amazing people? Well, Guan, the people of Jamaica, thank you so much for your love. I truly appreciate. Kindly, guys, subscribe to this channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the food prices in Jamaica, whereby Jamaicans feel hurt. Actually, Jamaicans feel like, these particular prices in food, it's really crazy. I want you to imagine this scenario whereby you walk into the market with your handbag or your basket, or you walk into a grocery store or even the supermarket, and then you pick up the basket, the shopping basket, and you are in the grocery section. You pause a minute, you are pausing and getting surprised just because everything in that particular section in the market everywhere is very expensive or feels expensive. That is the reality of every Jamaican at the moment. So even though the headlines may seem that, or they're saying that inflation is kind of cooling, people on the ground are telling a very different story. You just start the clip, guys. You just start the clip. Let us start where it matters most, and that is in the market. Ladies, hello. Yes. You are going to talk about in the markets, because that is where everything happens. Not the reports, not politicians. We are not talking about anything else but the market itself, where the whole story starts. So if you go to the markets at the moment in Jamaica, you will see all the vendors in the market. They are just watching out the consumers, the customers hesitate. Guys, I can tell you that on Monday, this week on Monday, just some few days ago, I went to a grocery store and I want to buy a couple of or a number of tomatoes. And man, getting one tomato was so expensive, guys, so expensive that I had to go again back to the market. And on arriving there, it was still expensive. I mean, it's crazy. It's not like it's just eating us. It is also eating the Jamaican people. So vendors are really stressed because they're not getting returns. If a family consumed like 20 pieces of tomatoes, now it has reduced to one in probably in a week. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to really manage these tomatoes or any food, any type of food. It's crazy when you see women in the market picking up tomatoes, picking up. And then when it comes to paying them, she has to reduce them to half because of the prices. Nothing else. You see, again, men going to buy meat or chicken, they ask for the price. And they're like, maybe I'll just come next time. And you know, when somebody tells you I'll come next time, that is it, guys. A whole chicken that probably costed 700, 800 Kenyan shillings or $8, it now costs double, guys, double. Hey, it's crazy because prices are hurting up to this moment. Even these basic moods, actually, even these basic foods, they feel very heavy. Basic foods are like rice, eggs, vegetables. Those are the ones that are mostly affordable, but oh man, these are becoming luxurious at the moment, because remember, they're not luxury, but at this point in time, they are luxury. They are survival items, and yet they keep rising and rising, or the prices keep rising. So if you look at reports in the internet, this is where everything gets interesting, guys. Everything gets interesting. I mean, you can probably see data in the internet saying that food inflation in Jamaica is about 5.5% year in, year out. But as much as that sounds manageable, the problem is that number doesn't tell the full story, guys, because prices, most of the time, they don't tend to rise evenly. Some items spikes very high or very fast, others drop suddenly. For example, let's talk about vegetable prices, whereby most of them they do drop like sharply for us for a very short time during the rainy season when there is a lot of vegetables. But before that, they were rising very, very hard. And in this life, always know that a human being will remember the pain. They'll not remember that moment when they had brief relief, you know. So there are so many factors that are driving these prices in food. And of course, you may ask yourself, why are prices still hurting us? It's not just one thing, guys. It's a mix of pressure. Okay, number one is weather, of course. Weather disasters. When hurricanes hit farms, we've seen actually those the farmers in Jamaica that lost so much. When disasters hit farms, everything gets destroyed. Everything, guys. And most of the time, you'll see major storms leading to drop in supply. So that is what exactly happened in Jamaica recently. You remember Hurricane Melissa? It did bad. It did bad. Again, there are factors like global problems. So Jamaica itself imports a lot of food. So when global prices rise, that means the local price will have to rise at the end of the day. Remember, we have import duties, excise duties that needs to be paid in order for these goods or food to get into Jamaica. The cost goes to the consumer. It has to rise so that the farmer and this vendor can actually get the money back. War is something else that affects a lot of things, fuel prices, everything. And this, in return, it has to go to the consumer. The bill has to go there. So other factors are things like local production challenge. And the Prime Minister of Jamaica was telling Jamaicans recently, guys, you need to pull up your socks. In order for Jamaica to rise and grow economically, we need to be producing our own goods, our own resources, our own foods. As much as farming is not that easy, guys, costs are very high. Fertilizers are very expensive. Transport, again, oh my God. Let's talk about Iran and US war. It's crazy. So at the end of the day, when local production faces challenges, that means that farmers will have to raise prices just to survive. So Jamaicans are speaking up. You just watched the clips that we played. They are speaking and they're actually saying that we need to talk about the real issues. These are not economists. These are not politicians. They are Jamaican citizens, regular citizens. They are speaking from the markets, from supermarkets, grocery stores, everywhere. And what you'll hear are things like, why is everything going up? Why is money not stretching again? I mean, the same 10,000 Jamaican dollars cannot carry, prices anymore, groceries anymore. So that means a lot. Because people are like, even if inflation is low, prices normally they don't tend to go back down. I don't know what really happened with these particular pricing issues. When it comes to rising, it goes very fast. Yeah, people are happy about that, but they don't want to bring it down. And remember, most people, the majority of population in every country are the middle class and lower. The rich are very few, very comfortable. So psychological impacts are some of the items that really affect food prices. And remember, we are not just talking about food. This is about stress because people feel it daily. When you start budgeting, then you get to cut meals, and then you have to switch brands from brand A to brand B to brand C. You have to skip some items completely so that you can at least afford to buy food. I mean, this is not simple. It's not simple because at the end of the day, the biggest issue is the disconnect that happens. On one hand, the government says that inflation is stabilizing, and technically that could be true, but the people on the ground are still complaining. And of course, that's also true because we've watched the clips, guys. So I don't know what you think about these particular issues that we are discussing. Probably you could tell us what you think about it in the comment section below, guys. And there is something else that is happening very quietly regarding changing of diets, because at this point people are changing how they eat. Less meat because they cannot afford to buy meat again. Remember the video that we played recently about protein poverty? Like, it has become very expensive for people to afford prices of meat. So Jamaicans are actually opting for cheaper and affordable food, because at this point you're talking about survival, because that's what comes first. It's all about surviving. So of course, I don't know if you've actually listened to all these videos, but if you interpret it, you'll actually get to understand that these rising food prices are actually reshaping diets. And of course, that will have a very long-term consequences on the health, nutrition, and the quality of life. So the cost of living is another major thing that really needs to be discussed when it comes to rising food prices, because food is just one part of the struggle. Rent is very high. Electricity, extremely. I mean, on many occasions, Jamaicans have always spoken up about monopoly in regards to the company that provides electricity for them, and they don't want that. They want options. Talk about transport costs. I mean, that even adds more pressure, right? I remember last year, that is in 2025, towards the end of 2025, inflation was pushed by both the food and housing costs. So as you can see, people are not just dealing with expensive food, they are dealing with expensive life, guys. Oh my God. What people want is just relief, because sometimes prices do go down. Vegetables, they go down, but it lasts for a very short time, because the system is very, very fragile. I mean, guys, what do you think? What do you think? How long will people keep adapting to these struggles? Comment down below. I love you to the moon and back, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Bye.